Who is Ishowspeed? Known for his high energy, often chaotic live streams, especially gaming content. All right. So the truth is, one of the things that made me get to know who this guy is the energy. Like it's the energy for me. Like so today in this video, without beating this too much, I'll be sharing 5 lessons that I've learned from the person I should speak. 5 lessons. You know, on this channel, we're all about learning lessons, gaining life insight that we can also inculcate in our different lives. All right. You know, guys, I used to struggle with being a perfect and a perfectional content creator. Like here, especially on the YouTube space. But watching I should speak changed everything for me. Actually, before now, I used to watch some of his live streams and just laugh. It comes on my FYP, that's on my timeline. I watch and laugh, right? But watching his stream, like the live stream he did on his African tour, it blew my mind. The first lesson that I've learned from Ishowspeed is fearless energy. It is his fearless energy for me. This guy doesn't ask for permission to be loud. He doesn't ask for permission to be fearless. He doesn't ask for permission to be who he is. That is just who he is. He's just like that. And I think this is something that while growing up as a child, we were conditioned not to become who we are. But in his own case, I read somewhere that while growing up, while he started his YouTube journey, his mom tried to shut him up and everything, but he left instead to stay with his dad. By so doing, he was able to express himself and in the long run become the big YouTuber that we are today. What if while growing up, the real you that would have pushed you to the place you're meant to be was shushed by those around you? He was acting out of the norm. So this is like a wake up call for you. I know we might have been conditioned from early age as a child and everything, but it's never too late as far as you're still breathing. It's never too late to wake yourself up, to start showing up the real you, because what sells is uniqueness. Following the norm, I realize doesn't sell that much. What people buy into is your uniqueness, and his uniqueness is his energy. So the question is, what is your own uniqueness? What is that thing that people are going to say? I'm like, wow, this thing is unique to this person. I love it for him. What is that thing that is your real core? That is a question you need to answer. The second lesson that I learned from him is the live factor. You know, he's a streamer, so basically everything that people are watching on the live stream is what he's doing real time, right? So he embraced his human nature. He wasn't trying to be perfect. He made mistakes online. He flopped online. He showed his real person online, which eventually became his brand, his uniqueness. He wasn't trying to become like B or A or any other person. He became himself. He embraced his nature, and people accepted him for it and loved him for it. What if the reason why people don't vibe with you or people don't flow with you is because you are copying someone else's life? You're not living your real life. You're not living yourself. What if that is actually what you need to unlock that door? Being true to yourself, accepting yourself, what, I don't know. You know, well, the third lesson that I've learned so far from Ishowspeed is consistency in character. I noticed that because when it started trending, I watched back, even dated back to like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 8 years ago. The pattern I noticed was this consistency in character. Whether 2010, the same person, 2025, the same person, 2005, the same person. 5 years ago, he is the same person. He had consistency in character, and that is realness, because that is the one thing you can't fake. You can't fake the real you. The only thing you can fake is when you're trying to become another person. And if you're pretending to be somebody else, there will be change in character, because you can't keep up with being somebody else, but you can always keep up with being you, because that is you. And that is the only thing you can fake. So he had consistency in character, because that was 100% him, and also still 100% him. What if that's the only thing you need in your business? What if that's the only thing you need in your content creation journey? But if you are the kind of person that can show your flow, show that I'm not perfect, this is me as a human, as funny as I am, people will be able to relate with you. And that is one thing that I noticed in his character, that is part of his brand, consistency in character. All right. So the next lesson that I've learned so far from this guy, Ishowspeed, is community connection. I feel like all of those lessons are intertwined in who he is and his brand, because the summary eventually is be true to yourself. There is this popular post that says, "Man, know thyself." The question is, do you know yourself? Do you know yourself enough for you to be able to push yourself out there and for people to accept your realness and actually vibe with you? This guy doesn't have fans, he has an army, because he has been able to, over the years, show himself who he is without being ashamed, carrying everybody along in his story, being true to himself, and people are able to relate to him. People got to know him, people got to fall in love with his real self, with who he is, and by so doing, he built an army. That, that, that guy has more than 50 million followers. Do you know what 50 million is? 50 million. That is an army, not a fan. That's not a fan base. That is not even a community. That is an army. What being true to yourself can do to you. So the last lesson that I've learned from the man I should speak is the pivot. He knows when to go global. Like, he knows the right timing to do what he needs to do to get to the next stage. Listen, he started off as a gamer, then he started live streaming and all of those things, showcasing himself, his brand and everything. Along the line, as he started building momentum, he started challenging global people to challenges, like started challenging them, pushing himself, stretching himself, racing global people, racing athletes and all of those things. And before you know it, he went global. He went on an African tour, which means he was not stagnant at a place. He was not saying, well, people are already knowing me, so I can keep gaming, live streaming, and all of those things. No. He kept stretching himself, gaining more ground, building more momentum, conquering more territories. He knew when to go global to stay fresh in people's mind, because the world is evolving. You can't stay at a particular place for eternity. People will get bored and tired of you and move on, because the world is evolving. So you need to evolve as well. He knew when to evolve. He knew how to build his connections, to keep evolving, to be fresh in people's mind. This is wonderful lessons that you can pick and run with. These are lessons you can pick and run with your business, run with yourself as a brand, as a content creator, even as a YouTuber. You should know when to move to your next stage. You should know when to pivot. You should know when to re-strategize. You should know when to revamp. You should know when to do new things, evolve, grow your brand, build yourself. I feel like his team, his management, he needs to raise their payment if he hasn't yet, because his tactics, his strategy are actually mind blowing. And this is something you can inculcate. The main message of this is be true to yourself. Stop trying to be any other person. Be yourself. People are going to love you for who you are. Your uniqueness is what your brand is all about. And that is what is going to help you build consistency, and people will be able to relate with you. I don't know if this makes sense to you, because in all honesty, after researching this, gaining these 5 lessons, it's changed everything for me. And I am definitely going to impute it myself. All right. So I just thought to share, and I just hope it spoke to one or two people out there. If you have learned 1 or 2 lessons from this video, please do let me know in the comment section. This is where I'll be wrapping it up for today, because I want to ensure that this video is not unnecessarily long, and I hope it did speak to someone. I hope it did speak to you to pick 1 or 2 lessons that you can run with. Remember, my name is Luchi Samuel, and this is Luchi's Journal. On this platform, we do everything self-development, life issues. We pick life issues and we talk about them. We share our experiences, our perspective. We learn and we keep growing. The idea is to keep building your mind and not be stagnant. Instead of trying to make the mistakes and learn from them, how about you just learn from other people's mistakes so that you'll be better? All right. So I'm going to see you on my next video. Until then, please do take care of yourself. And yes, please, you can also check out some of my other videos. All right. Check them out, please. I'm going to leave the link somewhere or tag the videos somewhere. So please check out my video if this seems like something that relates with you or something that is in line with your wavelength. Please do well to stick to the channel. Subscribe if you haven't, like and drop your comments. See you next time to this.